Today on Fresno State Focus, how the university courtyard is promoting diversity among students living on campus.
Also, how the Valley Animal Center is using the simple idea of gathering spare change to help protect animals in need.
Plus, a former Hanford West graduate is using his love of football to give back to the community. Fresno State Focus starts now. Hello and welcome to Fresno State Focus. I'm Danielle Martin.
And I'm Trace Garrison. For students planning to live on campus, there is a new opportunity that may be happening this upcoming fall semester. Gender-inclusive housing is a housing option that puts no restriction on the sex or gender of roommates living together. I went around the dorms to find out more about this. Fresno State thrives off its motto, discovery, diversity, distinction. Gender-inclusive housing is something the university courtyard has been looking into for years. Housing Director Aaron Boley says this has been talked about amongst faculty and students.
And it's something that we've been talking about on campus. It's something that was brought forward both from housing staff and from the community as something that we think we need and we should try.
This new housing option can work to promote diversity and increase interaction with students living on campus. Freshman Samantha Sharp says this will help students come together.
It'll bring the fact that people can come together easier and there's no stigma about interacting with the opposite gender.
Some students feel more comfortable with the opposite sex. This gives them the option to choose who to live with. College campuses around California have shown interest in this housing option. Other CSU campuses have already implemented this housing option. Meanwhile, Fresno State is still in the process. Students who plan to live in the dorms or the suites can apply for this if they are interested. Aaron Boelli says the campus works to encourage inclusiveness, but she sees how this project might face some criticism.
That's where we're starting small this year and where I'm really focusing on 1 or 2 suites for the 15. And then if it's something that kind of takes off, then we'll expand it for 16.
In other words, if the project is a success this fall, students can hope to see it in future semesters.
A federal judge from the state of Texas blocked President Obama's executive action affecting more than 5 million undocumented immigrants. Reporter Marisol Rombles went into the streets of Fresno and gathered people's feelings about this issue.
More than 5 million of undocumented immigrants live in the United States. With the blockage of President Obama's executive action by a federal judge in Texas, their hopes of legalizing their immigration status is unknown. Executive action would allow undocumented immigrants to stay temporarily in the United States without the fear of deportation.
In this particular case, the judges ruled that Obama does not have the authority to do what he's done. And it's going to go up through the appellate courts and potentially to the Supreme Court, and these judges could rule the exact opposite.
Here in Fresno, people agree that the action is fair game to those who came at a young age into the U.S.
I think that's fair because they've been here many years, over 10, 15, 16 years, so and I'm with his plan.
Immigrants experts still encourage those who are seeking an immigration status to continue gathering other documents needed just in case the reform continues to move on. According to a survey conducted by NBC and Wall Street, 38% of people agree with Obama's executive action, while 48% don't, and 14% do not have an opinion.
Both the U.S. and immigrants will benefit from this action. People will finally work legally and the U.S. will collect taxes. The action is now in the appellate court, where it's set to take 3 to 6 months to get a review. Pro-immigration groups hope for a fast solution. Marisol Rombles, Fresno State Focus.
Elementary astronomy at Fresno State is a general education course option for students. Dr. Stephen White is a professor of physics and the Downing Planetarium director on campus. Thanks for being with us today.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah. Can you tell us more about the upcoming weekend shows, Black Holes and Cosmic Colors?
Sure. On Friday, March 20th and Saturday, March 21st, we have our shows. And we'll have cosmic colors at 7 p.m., black holes at 8, and then we repeat at 2 and 3 the following day. Plus, we have our telescopes out on Friday night, so we'll show Jupiter and Venus.
Wow. What inspired you to bring these shows to Fresno?
I've wanted for a long time to get a program about black holes, and we ordered one years ago that I didn't think did the subject justice, so we never showed it. I just kept it put away. But a couple months ago, we ordered another one, which was fantastic. We put it together, and we've been running it, and everybody likes it.
Nice. How has your involvement with the Downing Planetarium influenced these type of shows?
Well, I've been basically the director of the planetarium since before it was built. And so I had to figure out how to make a planetarium, how to run a planetarium, and it has actually become my life's work. Along with my wife, we run it together. And we've had a fantastic influence, I think, on thousands and thousands of kids. They've been coming for 15 years now. And a lot of those kids that came back in 3rd grade, 4th grade, 5th grade, they're now students at Fresno State in my classes, and they come back and see us. Plus, I've had a lot of kids that went on to become teachers, and now they bring their classes to the planetarium on field trips. So it's just been fantastic.
Cool. What else do you hope students will take from these shows that they can't find anywhere else?
Well, there's a lot of content. Our shows are meant to be educational and entertaining at the same time. Some people call it edutainment or something like that. But anyway, there's a lot of content in there. So if you come to our shows, you'll learn about the electromagnetic spectrum, what makes color, about general relativity, which is the theory of gravity created by Einstein. Okay. Plus, you'll get to see what happens if you fell into a black hole.
Awesome. All right, we've been talking with Stephen White, Professor of Physics and Astronomy. Thank you.
Each year, 500,000 people nationwide change how the kids of America grow up for the better. Bowl for Kids' Sake is a fun way to gather people together and raise money for the Big Brothers Big Sisters organization. I took the day hanging out with a few littles and their bigs.
It is the oldest.
Asia Garcia is an adventurous 5th grader who loves learning about new things.
We talk about how we're doing, and then we go on adventures, like go to the library or go outside.
Today, she is reading about Florida. Asia is just one of many students at Parkwood Elementary who has a big sister or a big brother. Benny is a very active 6th grader, but he spends his time at home taking care of his younger sibling. That's why he enjoys spending lunchtime with Alex Huerta, his big brother.
We just spend time talking at lunch, and then we go and play every day.
Benny loves playing basketball. He hit 2 3-pointers in a row the other day. Asia and Benny have one thing in common. They are both in the Lunch Buddies program. Benny's big also happens to be the director of operations for the Big Brothers Big Sisters of Central California. Huerta sees firsthand the impact the program makes.
Every dollar that comes back goes straight to a child some way or another, and the work that goes into actually matching a child, it's extensive, and we want to make sure that we put all that money towards making sure those matches work.
Their big fundraiser is the Bowl for Kids' Sake. Their motto, bowl a strike, make an impact. The money raised from the event helps support the little. It also helps recruit bigs like probation officer Rick Dupree, who look forward to building long-lasting relationships.
One of the big things that I see in him is that he thinks he's special. It makes him feel special when somebody shows up once a week to have lunch with him. That's the biggest thing I see in him. He has a smile on his face every time he sees me.
Bowl for Kids' Sake is March 21st at Clovis Bowl and March 28th at Sierra Lanes in Fresno. To register, go to bigs.org. With graduation approaching, some tips for our...
The beautiful and newly constructed Henry Madden Library, which has a massive collection. The Save Mart Center, which is our sports venue and one of the best attended in the entire country. We're absolute pioneers in the agricultural sciences, having led to the production of the first university winery and drawing in a diversity of students to achieve academic success over the past 100 years. And you know, I wish I had time to tell you about everything else, but in reality, I think you're just going to have to come see for yourself.
Fresno County is one of the largest pet overpopulation areas in the country. Reporter Jonathan Roque tells us how the Central Valley Animal Center in Fresno is hoping to change that statistic with their month-long fundraiser.
Pennies for Pets is the biggest campaign for the Valley Animal Center. Volunteers and supporters collect change at various fundraising events throughout March. Betsy Bauer has volunteered for 8 years and says people of all ages can get involved.
Pennies for Pets is the largest that we do throughout the year. And it's nice because it teaches the kids as much as the adults to bring in their change.
One of the benefits of the fundraiser is the Mobile Adoption and Rescue Caboose, a mobile adoption center that travels to various locations. The Mobile Adoption Center was at the Home and Garden Show in Fresno and was a popular spot. Jerry Rudisill attended the Home and Garden Show and decided to adopt a new pet.
Actually, we were just down to look at the exhibits, but we saw her and couldn't refuse. Couldn't refuse? No, we've been looking for a playmate for our other dog.
Nina Tanu, Community Relations Coordinator, says Pennies for Pets is important because the Valley Animal Center receives no government funding and is a nonprofit organization.
100% of the proceeds of the fundraiser come directly to the Valley Animal Center, and it helps us do all the services we do throughout the year, such as rescuing animals and spaying and neutering them, giving vaccination and medical care.
The Penny for Pets fundraiser helps benefits dogs like Dobie here so he can find a home. Last year, the center rescued 1,000 animals and placed 800 of them in homes through adoption. For more information about the fundraiser or how to get involved, visit valleyanimal.org. Jonathan Roque, Fresno State Focus.
The third annual Study Abroad Fair will be held this Thursday on the patio of the University Student Union. The fair also allows students to meet members from the Study Abroad program and learn about upcoming trips. Students get to travel to places like Asia and Europe, and they get course credit. Philosophy major Jacob Miller raved about his recent trip to London.
I think there's a lot to be said for kind of the amount of confidence I think I came back with, just knowing like I can get around. I'm okay. I can take care of myself. I don't need somebody else to point me this direction or that direction. I don't need familiarity. I can make it. So
The fair will be held from 11 to 2 tomorrow. There will be games, prizes, and food. You will also have a chance to connect with international students and alumni. Fresno State's new outlet center seems to be taking form, just not as quickly as expected. But behind those chain link fences, the city's newest entertainment center is slowly making progress.
The square at Campus Point is still under construction, from the theater to the retailers and every restaurant in between. But even though the project is behind schedule, students and business owners have plenty to be excited about.
I am looking forward to the convenience of having a movie theater right next door.
Charmaine Heffley is planning on buying a ticket for the first movie at the new theater, no matter what it is. She's watched the outlet center grow from day one and hopes it will be done before she graduates in May.
My understanding was that the theater was going to be done in November, so it's been pushed back already so much that I'm not 100% sure on when it's going to be ready. I mean, judging by the way it looks, it's still got, at least a month or two to go.
For now, it seems that driving through this roundabout is really going to give us our best view of the square at Campus Point. But little by little, more seems to be going up, and before the semester is over, hopefully these fences will go down.
This is such a unique project because it's, split between the private and the school.
Sammy Franco is the owner of Beach Hut Deli, a new gourmet sandwich shop that will be opening in the outlet center. A first-time business owner, Franco says that opening his first restaurant has presented unexpected challenges. But apparently, he's not the only one.
The process was new to me, and discovering things that that the landlord had to take care of and things that we had to take care of, and it's been my thing is I just want to get open and going.
And we can all certainly agree with him on that.
As graduation approaches, many students are getting anxious about what they will do after they get their degree. Fresno State Focus reporter Elisa Bernal highlights a program on campus that helps students find employment.
Along with tests, essays, and presentations, students worry about their future career once they get their degree. According to Jordan Wiseman, a business and economics correspondent, the graduates of 2014 started roughly at 8.5% employment and 16.8% underemployment. This means graduates were not immediately finding jobs that required the degree they worked so hard for. ASI student body president Moses Menchaca is no exception to the worry-filled student, wondering if there will be jobs this graduation season.
I think, the reality of my current paycheck ending and the bills continuing to come in definitely adds to the level of stress, and not really being aware if there's a job immediately after college or, what lies ahead.
When it comes to finding employment both in school and after graduation, most students don't know there are programs available on campus to help them find jobs. One of those programs is Career Services.
Career Services is trying to improve the employment rate. They specialize in resume building, linking students, graduates, and alumni to employers, helping students learn proper interview wear and etiquette, and any other career-related problems. As career counselor Nora Marmolejo explains, students should take advantage right away of this resource.
Or even if they have declared a major that, maybe they're questioning, if they're a little unsure as to, well, what can I do with this major after graduation? Are there jobs that are related, career-related jobs to, within those majors? I definitely encourage students to use our services from day one.
Fresno State student Alex Rodriguez plans on using Career Services after graduation and his enrollment in the military.
Oh, yeah, I'm pretty sure my resume can always use their touch because here they deal with resumes on a daily basis. So if anybody knows how a resume should and shouldn't look like, it's going to be them. So.
For those looking for a jump start in their career searching, Career Services is located in the Thomas Building on campus in room 103. Elisa Bernal, Fresno State Focus.
A couple weeks ago, something very exciting happened for a special young lady. Carrie Allred won the title of Miss Fresno County. She's here to talk about the pageant. Thanks for being with us today, Carrie.
No problem. I'm happy to be here.
Good. So is this your first pageant?
This is actually my third. I did Miss California USA in 2013 with 280 other girls, and then I also did Miss Clovis a couple weeks prior to Miss Fresno where I placed first runner-up.
Wow. So then tell me a little bit about what was going through your head when they actually called your name when you won.
When they called my name, I wasn't sure what to expect. My mouth dropped and I couldn't shut it from then on out. I was in shock. I was not expecting to have my name called. So when they said my number, I looked around and I didn't know this was, I was so shocked it was happening.
So for those of us who couldn't make it, tell us about the components of the pageant.
So we begin in the morning or the afternoon with an interview, 10 minutes per contestant and in front of a panel of judges. Then we follow that up, pageant night. We go through evening gown, fitness, and we do a talent portion.
That seems like a whole lot to do. So what is the preparation that you do before that?
Well, we do a lot of training so that we get the right interview skills. We do, we have to live a healthy lifestyle. We have to make sure we're maintaining good diet, exercising. For evening gown, we work on poise, posture, and elegance. And then for our talent portion, which is the hardest in my opinion, whatever your talent is, we just practice, practice, practice until pageant night.
So what does your year look like?
Oh, my year, my favorite part, in June, we're actually going to be competing at the Fresno Soroyan Theater for Miss California 2015 against, I want to say, 50 to 60 other women in the state of California, and I'm excited for that. I can't wait.
Well, best of luck to you.
Thank you.
We've been talking with Carrie Allred, Miss Fresno County 2015. Thanks, Carrie.
Still to come, the Fresno Grizzlies have started a bracket of their own with a winning prize that any baseball fan would love. Plus, a look at the youth football camp that's teaching kids character, both on and off the field. Stay tuned for sports with Keenan Sanders.
State, good for you. But you were too insecure to show Fresno State pride? That's a problem. Because you never bothered to show pride in your school, you are shunned by other students. Professors can smell the stench of impending failure on you and take no pity. Even the mass communication students agree you have no future. But all of this could have been avoided if you simply showed your pride for Fresno State.
I am Fresno State.
Fresno State pride. Show it or face the consequences.
I am and always will be.
The Fresno State lacrosse team is still a young program. However, it has seen plenty of changes and improvements since its first season in 2009. The Bulldogs have been led by head coach Jessica Giglio since 2011. Under Giglio's leadership, the program has seen improvements on and off the field. The team has already matched its win total from 2014 and has the largest roster in program history with 27 players. However, one of the biggest improvements has been the new soccer and lacrosse field, which opened up in October of 2014.
I love the new field. It's awesome. It's great to have our own facility and just all our fans just cheering us on. And, you know, it's just the grass is great to play with and everything. So it's really nice.
So far, the team's new field has hosted 4 games this season out of a scheduled 8 home games, the highest in school history. The Bulldogs are set to take on Monmouth University tomorrow at 7 p.m. Kids can get an early start preparing for this upcoming football season by attending the Ryan Hudgens football camp. Reporter James Barnes has more on the story.
Just line up on the left side.
Okay.
Take 5 steps, turn in. I'll hit you with the best throw of your life.
This will be the 3rd year in a row 14-year-old Neil Maddox will be attending the Ryan Hudgens football camp in Hanford.
I don't have to be perfect with football.
When he attended the camp 3 years ago, Neil didn't know much about football. The 3-point stance is one thing he likes, but there's something else he likes about the camp.
Trust in yourself.
Neil's father agrees.
Yeah, I mean, not just fundamentals, but I think the confidence too that it took to get him to trust in himself, which he didn't really have before.
Maddox credits Ryan Hudgens with helping his son gain that confidence. 11 years ago, the Hanford West graduate decided to use his passion for football to give back to the community, and the Ryan Hudgens football camp was born.
Grew up admiring the sport, played football at a young age, in the house, out of the house, and I just felt if kids had something other to do and just run the streets, they'd be better off, in the classroom, at home, and just in life in general.
Back in 2004, just a few kids attended the Hudgens camp. This season, there are more than as far away as Merced and Porterville. Kids will learn the fundamentals of football, such as how to grip a football, hold it the proper way, how to catch, throw, and a variety of other drills to help with their techniques. Each year, the camp features former football players from the Valley who have played professional football. This year is former NFL All-Pro fullback Lorenzo Neal from Lemoore, who is a Fresno State running back. Neal's father has seen the camp become a positive influence for his son.
I mean, he got confidence. He knew what, what positions there were on the field. He understood some of the strategy. He was able to, throw the ball much better.
It's the stance when all the football players line up in the line, and it's the defensive one.
Above all, he gained confidence and self-discipline. James Barnes, Fresno State Focus.
The Ryan Hudgens Youth Football Camp will be held March 28th at Hanford West High School. It's open to girls and boys ages 6 to 14. To register, go to the Hudgens Football Camp Facebook page or contact 559-321-4886. We're now in the middle of March, and many sports fans have filled out their March Madness brackets. However, the Fresno Grizzlies have a tournament of their own that pits local celebrities against each other, with the winner having a bobblehead made in their image. With us today is Ryan Young from the Grizzlies. Thank you for joining us, Ryan.
Definitely. Appreciate it.
So the Fresno Famous Bobblehead Tournament, what was the inspiration behind getting that started?
Boy, a lot of it is just to make sure we're top of mind. We have to do some different things as a minor league baseball team. You don't have the big budget, so you want to make sure that you can do things kind of lead up to opening day. So we thought, kind of align yourself with something that's already going on and get out a little in front of it, and it's worked.
How were you able to determine which celebrities to use?
Oh boy, a lot of that fell on me and the other marketing guy, Sam Hansen, so we kind of wanted to split it up, make sure we got media people in there because they're going to help spread the word out, make sure we connected to Fresno State because obviously the Bulldogs are a giant here, so it was kind of, a little mix of everything.
How can fans and everybody else go on, how can they vote for this?
Super simple. You just go to our website, it's FresnoGrizzlies.com. You'll see it right away when the website comes up, and it's unlimited voting.
How has the turnout been so far?
It's been huge, probably over 200,000 votes collectively, and we're only in the first 2 rounds. It's kind of helped get people to our website, learn about other stuff. So it's kind of used as almost a tool obviously to spread awareness.
Now, I've seen some pretty crazy matchups so far. I mean, obviously you've got some big names on there, Steve Perry, Tommy Tran, Fashawn. Is there a dark horse in this? Is there somebody who you could say is a sleeper pick to go all the way?
You know, it's interesting. Univision, Lupita Lamelli is right now dominating the votes for this round. She has over 17,000 votes just for her. So she's probably somebody you looked at the bracket and didn't think she'd move on in the next round, but she could be a dark horse to kind of get in that Final Four.
All right. And last question, how would you say that the response overall has been from the team and the organization?
Oh man, it's been great. You have people that never really connected with the Grizzlies before talking about either the tournament or us, so it's worked out really well for us.
All right, thank you so much. Fans can go online to vote. The winning bobblehead will be given away at the first 1,500 fans at the Grizzlies home opener on August 22nd. The Fresno State women's tennis team has been doing a great job so far this season. Jillian Delphia tells us how they plan to keep up their success.
The women are taking over the courts this season. As of now, the team is ranked at number 42, have started out with a 12-3 record, and are currently in their longest winning streak this season with 6 matches. Senior Ann Sustorf is excited this season for her and her teammates.
I'm extremely proud of my whole team for everything we've accomplished so far this year, and I know it's only going to get better.
Although the girls have been doing an impressive job, their competition is never easy. Sophie Watts was the Mountain West Player of the Week last week. She is always eager to see what each team has to bring to the table during every match.
I look forward to all the teams. Looking forward to conference in April. And that's the big one that we're all training for.
Head coach Ryan Stotland is very proud of his team. He believes there is still so much more to accomplish throughout the rest of the season, but plans to keep his team motivated as best as he can.
I think this team's a veteran team, so they kind of excite themselves. I know they want to win the championship again, so they kind of look around and they know they're motivated just to be part of Fresno State and do what we can to give back to our school. So, you know, it's my job just to keep them from week to week to match kind of thing and not look too far ahead. But I think it's just an exciting schedule, and we get to play a lot of ranked teams, so they wouldn't be here if they weren't excited to play.
The Bulldogs' next home match will be against Nevada on April 3rd. Jillian Delphia, Fresno State Focus.
So, you know, we're talking about March Madness since it's March.
Yep.
Are you guys in a bracket?
I'm actually not this year, but I already have my predictions of who I think who's going to take it. That's Kentucky.
Kentucky. What about you?
See, I'm in a bracket. I just haven't filled out my bracket yet. I'm kind of procrastinating. However, a friend of mine did, and he actually said that he has Georgetown winning it, the whole thing, beating Kentucky. He predicted a score of 32-19, so not exactly a big basketball fan.
You know, this will be my first year of filling out a bracket for March Madness, so I'm pretty excited. I'm not sure who's gonna win, but I know that I'm hoping that my bracket will win. Just saying.
Can't count on
who should I put?
First year.
Kentucky.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Well, good luck to you guys.
Thanks. You too.
So next week on Fresno State Focus, everyone hates parking tickets, and we'll show you where that money is going and how it helps Fresno State.
Plus, with spring break approaching fast, we'll explore how some students are taking a more alternative route to their vacation.
Thank you for joining us. We'll see you next week.